Are you ready to take your dog's training to the next level? Introducing the Canine Initiative. This 6-month high-level advanced education program is limited to only 20 people. Act fast to secure your spot. Whether you're a new dog owner, have a puppy or adolescent dog, or are struggling with behavioral issues, my program can provide expert guidance and support. But that's not all. By joining the Canine Initiative, you'll also receive a customized training regimen specifically tailored to your dog's needs, monthly group Zoom calls with me and other members for progress updates and support, and 1 year of free access to my private coaching group. Your dog will benefit from improved behavior, increased confidence, better health, and enhanced communication. And with direct access to me via Facebook message, you'll have an experienced dog trainer in your back pocket for 6 months. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to empower yourself and your furry friend. Join the Canine Initiative starting April 1st, 2023. To find out more, click on the link in the show notes.
Time again for Talking Dogs with Ian Grant, owner of Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive High Park. It's the show that delves into the training, socializing, behavior, nutrition, and wellness of your dog. And brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And we're back with the trainer Ian Grant, and this week, recall and relationship. And do the two have to go hand in hand? And I guess ideally, if you want to have a good relationship with your dog, they should go hand in hand.
Yeah, I'll kind of paint a quick picture here as far as the way the spectrum looks. I remember one time we had a dog for a few weeks for a board and train to work just on recall. And at the end of the 3 weeks, when the owner showed up and the dog and the owner were reunited for the first time after 3 weeks, normally it's this huge celebration. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
They've been apart. The dog kind of looked at the owner and then turned and looked to the side and just walked away.
Oh, so what was the owner's reaction?
Well, he just kind of shrugged his shoulders. So I immediately knew, like, the relationship is the problem here. It's not recall.
Because you worked on the recall part
Yeah.
itself, but the relationship, that's out of your hands.
I can't replace that.
No, you can't.
Not at all.
And you can't read a book about it, and you can't train an owner to do it either.
Exactly. And so when we look at this recall and relationship, and I have a lot of clients that come in who want their dogs to be, have the ability to be off leash. They can call their dog. The dog comes 110% of the time, no matter the stimulation. And there are some times, even for myself, where you just can't, if my dogs see a deer, I can't train them around a deer. They're going to look at it and stare at it, but recall isn't as strong during those times. That's all there is to it. But a lot of times when my clients want recall, I look at their relationship and it's, they're in love with each other, the dog and the owner, but there's a lot of choices and decisions that are left up to the dog instead of the owner. So if you are just living your life and your dog's doing whatever it wants to all day, every day, because you can, you may have 20 acres and no fence and your dog does whatever, they're going to practice making those decisions all the time. And if your dog's practicing those decisions, but yet that one time that you want him to come to you, it's kind of out of balance. And that can be very difficult for owners to see and to understand. But we want to make sure that the relationship has to be strong. It has to be in sync. Recall comes much easier at that point too, because everything is moving in the right direction. But, just like everything, it takes a little time and a little effort.
Because the dog can detect when the owner is calling them, the tone of their voice. They can tell whether, this is going to be fun, or something's wrong.
Yeah.
And that plays on a dog's emotions too.
Yeah, because when for example, if Tika's out back and you call to her and she doesn't even attempt to look at you.
And then you're getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, so the change happens in your voice, in your energy, and then it gets to the point where it may come out as coming across as you're angry.
Yeah.
Well, why would the dog walk to you then?
Right, or run, or at that matter, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So it is hard during those times as a human to still keep that happy-go-lucky energy. I know you're not listening, but I still have to keep this energy, and even if I have to walk in your direction to get your attention and then call you with that happy-go-lucky energy. But when we let our emotions start to take over there, I don't know many dogs that are going to willingly come back to you. What I picture in my head is the dog with the ears laid back, head low, sulking back to you thinking, I am in so much trouble. And that's the not so good part of the relationship when it comes to recall.
Yeah, so there's a lot of discipline that has to come via the owner I mean, it's another one of those training moments, I guess you could say, where, you just got to think about what's the big picture here. And but, there are days that, you need the dog in really quick, and it's hard to be disciplined sometimes.
Yeah, so Ethan and I were talking about that this week, and we were having this discussion about it, and he said that he finds that most dog owners want a product, not a process.
Ah, yeah.
And I thought, okay, first of all, I'm stealing that.
Yeah, that's good.
But second of all, it's very true because they want the end result of the recall, but they don't want to go through the process and understand the process. The process makes things stronger too, going through that. And then you get the result at the end. But making sure that relationship is in sync, you're on the same wavelength, you can kind of understand, not quite the 1 in a million dog that we talk about, in the past, but to have just a really good relationship that you both know what to expect from each other on a regular basis, and it's healthy.
Yeah, you don't want it to be ruined just by this one part of the day or several times of the day when you want to bring the dog in. So I guess your formula for having both is discipline and firmness too, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, and I think, when it comes to discipline, it's really the structure that we've talked about in the past.
I mean, discipline that the owner's got to be disciplined.
Exactly, yep. And to know that we have to keep our emotions in check, because if we go up and down with our emotions all the time, then we become unpredictable to our dog, and they're not going to want to hang around us for that.
Right,
not at all.
And that just makes the whole relationship not good.
Correct,
yep. That's not where we get a dog. Back with our question from the doggy bag in just a moment here on Talking Dogs.
Roaming is a Los Angeles-based premium lifestyle brand that is motivated by nature. Roaming features high-quality, earth-friendly dog products made from renewable and natural materials like their bio-based and 100% compostable biodegradable dog poop bags. These bags really are awesome. I've been using their bags for a few months now, and I love the durability, the way they feel, and the fact that they are good for the earth. They also have a special discount for our listeners. Use code VermontDog to get 20% off your first purchase, including 20% off the first 3 orders if you sign up for one of their poop bag subscriptions. They also have some beautiful leather leashes made right here in the USA. You can check them out at roaming.com. That's ROMNG.com. Are you looking for gear that can keep up with your active and adventurous dog? Look no further than Synology Warehouse. They specialize in equipping the modern canine with distinguished, overbuilt gear that's built to last from home to horizon. From premium collars and leashes to rugged outdoor gear, they have everything you need to keep your dog comfortable and safe no matter where your adventures take you. I've been using their Biothane slip leashes for months now, and I love them. They have a nice feel, a good grip, and they clean very easily. Use coupon code Vermont to receive 10% off your purchase. Head over to Synology Warehouse on Etsy today and give your dog the gear they deserve. Synology Warehouse, overbuilt gear that's built to last from home to horizon.
Back to Talking Dogs with Ian Grant from Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive Hyde Park. Find out more about his facility and programs and podcasts by going to his website, vermontdogboardingandbehavior.com. Our question this morning, Ian, is every time I take my dog to a friend's house, he pees inside the house. Oh, boy. Is this normal? That's always even though we know Tika is trained, you always have that fear if you're coming into a house for the first time. Oh boy, what is going? That's why we make sure that she goes before she goes in the house. Which I guess could be one remedy for it.
Yeah. But as dog owners, we have that anxiety or anxious feeling in our chest, right? Like, oh my gosh, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
So is it normal for dogs to do that, or is it something we can do, like having them go before they go in the house?
Well, that's number one. Let's see if we can kind of empty the tank,
so to speak.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two is I would not let that dog off leash inside that house. I would keep that dog right next to me, literally on a short leash.
Yeah.
And not let it sniff around, because part of what's going on here is this dog is marking. There's no way around this. The dog is marking, and not only that, but it's given too much freedom to walk around the house, sniff things. And look, there may be another dog at that house, there may not be. We don't know. It really doesn't matter, because if he's doing this, it's just wrong no matter what.
No matter what, right.
Yeah. Especially if he does it on soft furniture, a cloth or something, because that scent is
there forever.
Yes. So short leash, no time to explore, no freedom in that house whatsoever. And then, honestly, if it doesn't stop happening, the dog just can't go with you to your friend's house.
Yeah. Not particular friend anyway.
Yeah, because you don't want that to keep repeating. But if the dog goes back in the house that it's peed in before, it's going to smell that
again,
and then it just keeps repeating the process. And it's the literal snowball effect. It just keeps happening over and over again on the same spots.
Yeah. There's no way to predict it, though. You've trained the dog. It doesn't go in your house, and you're trying to figure out, well, why would it be doing it in somebody else's house?
I know. And that's why, like when we were just talking about too much freedom for the dog and it can do whatever it wants, whenever it wants.
Yeah.
This is a dog that's got too much freedom and then making a bad decision with that freedom. No, he doesn't know that it's bad, but to us we do.
So it's when you're bringing the dog into your own house, when you have a dog for the first time, you don't let it go wandering all over.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with taking him to a guest house.
Exactly. Yep.
If you have a question for Ian, you can email him directly to info@vermontdogboardingandbehavior.com. Next week, repetitions of success. Repetitions of success. See what I did there?
I did see what you did there.
Okay, so what does that mean? What
I find most of the time is that when owners get to the point where they see some success from their dogs, they stop. So we're going to go over why those repetitions are so important.
On Talking Dogs with Ian Grant. Brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And for the trainer Ian Grant, I'm Roland LaJoy, and we are Talking Dogs.